Welcome to class. So today we're going to do just a really quick lesson on exponents. The first part is going to be just how do we use exponents to simplify how we write expressions. And the second thing that we're going to do is how do we actually do some operations with those exponents. So let's jump into it. So the first problem that we have is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And I want to just rewrite this using exponents. You probably know how to do this, but this is 3 times 3 4 times. So the way we would write this is just going to be 3 to the 4th power. Okay? 3 times 3 4 times. That's what 3 to the 4th means. Let's look at the next one. X times X times X times X times X. So we've got X times X 5 times. How would we rewrite that using exponents? Well, that's just going to be X times X 5 times. So we would just write that as X to the 5th. All right, now I know that this isn't new. You've got that. Let's move on. What happens when we start using when we actually start working with these and use some processes with them? What's X to the 3rd times X squared? I want you to think about what this really means. X to the 3rd means X times X times X, and X squared means X times X. So we've got X times X times X times X times X. Well, that sounds a lot like the problem we had right before this. This is going to be X to the 5th. All right? X to the 5th. Let's look at this next one. X to the 5th times X. What's this going to be? Well, X to the 5th is X times X 5 times. So let's write that down here. And how about X? What does that mean? Well, that's just going to be X. I guess if we thought about this X having an exponent, that would just be a 1, X to the 1st power. Okay, so now what's this going to be? It looks like we're multiplying all of these together, so it looks like I'm multiplying X times X 6 times. That just means X to the 6th. All right, so I want to look at this and let's look at these easy problems that we did, the last two, and let's make up a rule for what we do with those exponents when we multiply. So when we had X to the 3rd times X to the 2nd, we ended up getting X to the 5th. When we had X to the 5th times X to the 1st, we ended up getting X to the 6th. So what are we going to do with those exponents? What does it look like we're doing when we multiply with them? Same bases and with exponents. We're actually going to add them. Did you see that? 3 plus 2. If you're looking at those exponents, 3 plus 2 is 5, X to the 5th. And on the bottom one, 5 plus 1 is going to be 6, so it's going to be X to the 6th. All right, so that's all. I know this was a really quick and short lesson, but that's all I want you to know about that for now.